deep in the untamed forest. The wilderness survival expert, equipped with nothing but raw determination, unpacks a tactical pouch to reveal a folding shovel, assembling the steel components with practiced precision. He drives the blade into the damp earth, turning over the first layer of dark humus to claim this land. Driving the spade deep with heavy boots, he meticulously cuts and relocates thick turf blocks to clear the surface for the foundation. Yet when subterranean roads fiercely resist the excavation, a shorter saw takes over, slicing through a 3-centimeter thick route as wood chips fly, proving that nature yields only to relentless force, shaping the earthen perimeter. Thick sod blocks are stacked along the trench edges to form a robust retaining wall, while the pit floor is carefully leveled with the flat edge of the spade. A natural bed frame emerges as trimmed wooden sticks are laid tightly across the bottom, effectively elevating the sleeping zone from the cold, damp ground below, raising the structural skeleton. Wooden diagonal beams are erected at both ends, creating a stable frame silhouette that defies the forest winds. A massive black tarpaulin is then draped over the framework, its edges secured deep into the soil with sharpened wooden stakes hammered fiercely by the spade's back. Morning light pierces the canopy. He pours hot water over fresh grounds, watching rich oils bloom. Sipping from a dark mug, he surveys the dense woods, mentally drafting blueprints for the next phase of construction. Shedding his coat for heavier labor, he digs deeper. The pit reaches his waist as the spade cuts through black humus into dense yellow clay. Standing at the bottom, he trims the vertical walls, shaping a formidable semi-subterranean chamber. Thick logs are hewn and shaped, with joints carved for precise interlocking. This geometric fit bears immense weight without a single metal nail. 2 vertical pillars rise from the pit floor, supporting a heavy crossbeam lashed tight with black cordage to form a rigid frame, fortifying the earthen boundaries. The soil crest is pounded solid with the heavy back of a spade, and a row of sharpened wooden stakes is driven deep into the ground to anchor the wall's foundation. Long logs are vertically aligned and gravity tamped against the pit wall, gradually closing the structural gap. Thick crossbeams are then woven between the vertical piles and lashed securely to the main support frame with sturdy rope, completely sealing the shelter's lateral exposure against the harsh elements. Securing the overhead beams, a lengthy timber is hoisted between the pillars, its horizontal alignment checked before being bound tightly with fine cordage, carving parallel notches and chiseling out a square mortise. The so-called mortise refers to a precisely carved cavity that receives a corresponding tenon, ensuring absolute structural integrity. Suspending his entire body weight from the newly installed beam, the builder tests its rigidity before adding diagonal braces to establish a crucial moisture barrier. The builder carries heavy, rough-hewn logs from afar. He lays them carefully across the pit floor, stomping firmly to embed each timber deep into the earth, thus creating a solid, elevated wooden base. Above, he trims the forked poles and crosses them to form a hinged ridge, to securing the main spine of the roof structure. A colossal dark green canvas is unfurled, stretched taut over the entire wooden architecture to shield it from the elements, camouflaging the artificial shelter. The tarpaulin edges are meticulously folded and pegged down to eliminate any leakage vulnerabilities. Emerald moss is torn from the forest floor and layered thickly over the canvas, weighed down by logs and pine branches, until the structure is entirely swallowed by the vibrant greenery of the woods. He adds more foliage along the ridge, ensuring the refuge blends seamlessly into its natural surroundings, igniting the hearth. Dry wood is precisely split for tinder, and a fire pit is carefully cleared against the earth and wall inside the refuge. As the flames catch and cast a warm orange glow over the soil and timber, a small black iron pot is suspended above the crackling blaze, warming the interior with a profound sense of domesticity and quiet comfort. Breaking new ground, unfolding and locking the tactical shovel, the survivalist immediately begins digging into the soft earth, the blade piercing the soil repeatedly to turn over deep brown dirt for the next phase of his sprawling camp, reviving the ember. Dry firewood is carefully arranged in the stone-ringed hearth, and a steady stream of breath coaxes a faint spark into a roaring orange flame. The fire stabilizes, casting a warm glow over his focused face as he feeds it with finer twigs to ensure lasting heat for the night ahead. He charged the ends of uniform logs in the fire, creating a hard layer to prevent rot. Retrieving the carbonized wood, he positions a black iron tripod over the hearth and carefully adjusts the hook height for cooking, preparing a wilderness feast. 5 slices of bacon sizzle in the pan, rendering their rich fat over the open fire, soon joined by fluffy pancakes and a handful of fresh blueberries, drizzled with honey and accompanied by a cup of hot water. This hearty meal is served on a tree stump, offering a rare moment of culinary luxury, erecting the defensive perimeter. A carbonized post is driven into a freshly dug pit and tamped solid with crushed gravel and soil, shaping the beam ends to a sharp point. He horizontally stacks the logs between the uprights, using the back of an axe to hammer each piece down tightly, forming a formidable wooden palisade. The wooden wall climbs steadily as heavy logs are hauled and stacked, giving the enclosure a distinct silhouette. A second main beam is erected, with thinner branches layered laterally to reinforce structural stability against external forces. A woven panel is wedged into the frame and tapped with an axe, locking it in place to form a light yet sturdy composite wall. Deep in the woods, a dead tree is sawn down, its timber inspected closely on bended knee to assess structural strength. The base of a new post is roasted over fire, creating a hardened charcoal shield against subterranean decay. Placed upright in a fresh pit and backfilled with soil, an even taller main pillar is raised and tamped one last time, officially completing the skeletal framework of the camp's outer defense. Executing precise joinery, long timbers are hoisted into position, and a mallet and knife are used to chisel exact recesses into the wood surface. After clearing the debris, the log is lifted and seamlessly slotted into the groove top of a vertical pillar, before a heavy crossbeam is elevated overhead. and settled securely onto the rear wall's support. Short logs are carried and meticulously aligned at the wall's root, forming a neat wooden foundation. Timber blocks are stacked to build a rectangular base outline on one side of the camp, while an axe is used to trim away excess twigs for a clean finish. A heavy sledgehammer drives ground stakes deep into the earth beside the wooden skeleton. Nearby, a pot of thick soup bubbles vigorously as he saw his wooden pegs on a high platform and adds horizontal reinforcement beams to the base framework. The builder begins constructing the earth and hearth. He carefully lays out a new rectangular frame and hammers the corner positioning stakes deep into the hard ground. After sawing off the excess peg heads to ensure the structure remains neat, he excavates heavy soil from a nearby slope. Dragging the dirt back on a tarp, he dumps it into the wooden mold. He spreads the earth to completely cover the bottom logs, creating a solid thermal mass for the stove. He kneels to perfect the thermal floor, patting the earthen platform until it forms a smooth and compact surface. A massive black waterproof canvas is unrolled on the forest grass, carefully measured and neatly folded for the final weatherproofing layer. The canvas is hoisted onto the structure and spread smoothly over the wooden skeleton with agile precision. Heavy logs are laid horizontally across the top as ballast to prevent wind damage. And a final structural check involves shaking the support pillars to confirm absolute rigidity. A fresh branch with twigs is sworn from a bush. The builder swiftly strips leaves to reveal its natural flexibility, showcasing the pliable wood required for the next craft, crafting the hanging hearth. Two forked uprights are driven into tamped earth with an axe back, supporting a beam that spans the fire pit. A notch is carefully sworn into a short rod to form an adjustable hook, which is hung from the beam to complete the suspension system above the platform. Weaving the survival trap. Strips of flexible wood are interlaced with nimble fingers, gradually forming a tall conical shape as the weaving layers multiply. Secured temporarily with fine cordage and trimmed at the top, the finished fish trap is elevated to reveal its clever internal funnel structure, a true masterpiece of wilderness engineering that demonstrates remarkable ingenuity. Expanding the wooden perimeter demands absolute precision. A grooved beam is locked onto a tree support, using gravity and structural bite for a solid connection that withstands rigorous shaking. As the wall extends, dense palisades take shape, with gaps sealed by heavy dead logs dragged from afar. He carries a heavy bundle of firewood toward the camp under the slanting pine sun. A long log is set at the wall base. Then dry leaves and branches are packed into the gaps for warmth. The camp entrance is cleared of weeds and pine needles, revealing a patch of dark soil. The lean-to's side shows neatly aligned logs, topped with moss and leaves, showcasing a purely natural style, establishing a new base. Striding through the dense forest with a heavy canvas bag of supplies, the survivalist reaches a nuclearing. His large hands rhythmically place stones end to end, forming a perfect closed circle that will serve as the foundation for a new, more permanent fire pit. With a small knife, he slices across into the birch trunk, peeling back a layer of white bark. Placed in the center of the stone ring, the dry bark is struck with a ferro rod, bursting into an instant flame that is quickly fed with fine twigs. To restore vital energy, steaming food is scooped from a pouch, followed by chocolate for calories. Shedding his jacket, the builder slips into a blue sleeping bag liner, curling up within a compact and secure shelter.
At dawn,
The builder tightens his pack straps, stuffing in the final ration bag. With sharp, vigilant eyes scanning the surroundings one last time, he hoists the heavy load onto his shoulders, breathing steady and powerful as he prepares to move. Erecting the A-frame skeleton. Two thick wooden poles are propped up in a clearing, their natural forks interlocking to form a highly stable central ridge. Harvested sticks are then leaned densely against the crossbeam side by side, rapidly closing the walls to create a rudimentary but effective windbreak. To insulate the shelter, E-shaped stakes are driven deep into the earth and pounded solid with heavy logs, firmly anchoring the entire structure. Kneeling on the vibrant ground, thick sheets of living moss are carefully peeled away by hands clad in tactical gloves. These natural layers are then stacked tightly over the wooden sticks like overlapping shingles, meticulously creating a roof that is both waterproof and breathable against the elements. Inside the warming moss hut, a match ignites the dry birch bark placed within a small metal wood stove, sending a wisp of smoke rising into the twilight, blowing fiercely upon the glowing embers to spark the surrounding firewood. The builder crawls into the moss-lined shelter, curling up with his back toward the entrance as the forest grows darker around him. Amid signs of forest life, the builder picks up a long piece of wood. He carefully checks its thickness and straightness, ensuring it has the right properties for the next phase of construction. Bending the first arch, a long, flexible branch is thrust into the ground, and the builder leans back with his body weight, bending it into a graceful parabolic curve. The opposite end is slotted precisely into a ground hole and stomped solid, followed by vigorous pulling to confirm the arch's unyielding tension, forming the tunnel skeleton. A second branch is bent with slow, even pressure to run parallel to the first, followed by a third, rapidly shaping a tunnel-like wooden framework. A long crossbeam is laid across the apex of the arches, secured with nimble fingers weaving a tight, intersecting lashing to bind the structure together. To waterproof the archway, a rolled black garbage bag is flattened on the grass and slit down the middle to maximize its coverage area. The expansive plastic film is then carefully draped over the top and sides of the skeleton structure. Nearby, dry silver birch leaves are stuffed into a massive bag to create a thick, insulating mattress for warmth, camouflaging the synthetic layers. Emerald green branches are densely woven into the outer walls, completely concealing the artificial texture of the plastic beneath. Stepping back to ensure no reflective edges remain visible, the builder forms a relaxed victory sign with his hand before flopping into the leaf-stuffed mattress, ready to embrace the wilderness night. The meticulous work finally hides every trace of modern material, blending seamlessly with the forest's surroundings.